Hello everyone, we're going to be checking out the Reddit entitled Parents. Now, I haven't actually went through and read this Reddit myself ever. I think the last time I ever seen this Reddit, subreddit, it was watching Slazo's video on it a long time ago. Like when Slazo used to post YouTube videos. I know, he doesn't do that anymore. But I watched his videos and he posted like some entitled parents videos. But I remember it got to the point where the entitled parents subreddit was filled with like so many over the top entitled parents video, like not it was filled with so many over the top entitled parent stories where like and then everyone clapped, which made no fucking sense, were just completely unbelievable. So I don't know if it's still like that, but if we get any like fishy vibes, I guess we'll rate the story at the end and be like, I feel like this one's not real. So, literally, this first post, don't forget to put your memes and fake stories in entitled parents memes. So I'll upvote that, give it an update. Am I not allowed to update? So, this story is pretty long. Can I update this one? I can! Perfect! Entitled mom hits me because her child fell down. P.S. This story is pretty long. Well, I'm in my teenage... What? Well, I am in my teenage. Fuck grammar, dude. We've just started, man. I'm gonna have to read this entire fucking shitpost, and it's not even gonna make sense. Well, I am in my teenage, and have never faced such an incident before, and am forced to open a Reddit account to share my experience. And I am writing this post at 2 a.m. IST. I don't know what IST is. No, that's not relevant. No one needs to know your time zone. 3 days after the incident. The scars are still healing. Backstory. So I usually don't go out with my parents when they go for their weekend shopping. But since my mom asked me to accompany them, probably to pick up the heavy bags, I consent. So, everything is going good, and all our required stuff are found when we come across a furniture store. Now, I don't know how furniture stores are supposed to be, but this store is huge, as compared to other stores in that area. And they sell decorative house items too. So it caught my mom's interest, who is pretty obsessed with decorative items, to adorn our small house. She looks excited and enters the store, followed by my dad and me. The store is pretty neat looking, and all the employees are wearing uniforms which make them look like typical salesmen. One of them approaches my parents and offers to help them, and they follow him, asking me to find a seat and not cause any trouble. An appropriate thing to tell a 17-year-old teenager. I guess. At least the grammar's gotten better. So I just find a seat near the counter to keep the stuff I was holding and requests one of the employees who was sitting there to keep an eye on them. He asked me not to worry and to look around. I casually just walk around and then go to the glass object section. Please, you're a teenager, don't go to the glass object section. Now, I'm pretty anxious and uncomfortable around glass objects or any such fragile objects, but I still enjoy looking at them from a safe distance. So I just carefully surf around them, kept neatly on their shelves, and stop occasionally to check the price of a certain cute-looking decorative. This is the point when Mom, entitled Mom, and her kid, B, comes into the scene. What does B stand for? Baby? Baby was pulling at the entitled Mom's dress and nagging her. See, I'm not used to the entitled parent subreddit. I don't know the things, the references. I know entitled Mom means entitled Mom, and I guess entitled and EC. Okay, am I fucking stupid? And of course entitled mom means entitled mom. EM means entitled mom. Fuck me, dude. I'm a fucking papaya. Okay. So, her kid baby comes into the scene. Baby was pulling at entitled mom's dress and nagging her. She was cooing her to stop, like a typical Indian mom. I've never seen an Indian mom. I don't know if they coo their children. I don't know what it means to coo your children. It's like, shoo shoo. Quiet, quiet. Is that what it is? I assume. The kid was probably around... I think all parents do that. Okay. The kid was probably around 6 years old and was really hyperactive, not something to be in the glass section, and her mom was not trying to do anything to stop her. Now, the point comes when the kid, baby, suddenly spreads his hands and starts spinning around, and his mom doesn't even bat an eye towards him, and scans the section opposite of the one I was surfing. The kid, getting no attention, gets a really dumb idea, and suddenly starts running towards me. Now, I don't know he ran towards me intentionally or by chance, but he was really dizzy, and while he was running, he stumbles on his own legs and comes crashing towards a small show stand, which was near me, and topples over, breaking around $2,000 worth of items. Those glass items were handcrafted, and so generally, they cost a lot. Now this stand was really near me, and when it fell down, I backed off and gasped with shock. The kid was sitting on the ground, dazed but unhurt, and starts wailing for his mom. Now his mom was already rushing towards him when he fell, and had a scared yet furious look on her face. She comes and sits down beside him and calms him down. This also attracted the employees and my parents, and some customers at the shop, who forms a circle around us. Now, as I was going back to my parents, not wanting to get involved with this, she calls me. Entitled parent. "What the fuck were you doing here?" she yells. Like, what was I even supposed to do there? Me, going through these stuff here. The grammar is unbearable. Entitled parent. "Are you blind? Couldn't you have stopped him? Don't you have basic sense to look after a kid? He could have got hurt badly." Like, Mom, no, yeah, this is definitely entitled. Like, who the fuck's gonna watch your kid, bitch? That's your job. Get a fucking life. Now, I was flabbergasted. I didn't even know that woman and her kid, and I was not paying attention to him as her mom was standing more close to her than me. What? Okay, dude, your grammar's bad. Is it a him or a her? What gender is the child? Is it a they, a them, a he, a her? Honestly, I don't know what gender the child is. Maybe the author didn't. But you can't just swap between the different pronouns mid-story. You're confusing the shit out of me. So I answer with all politeness I could gather, "Sorry, but I was going through the items and was looking at the opposite side when this happened, so I didn't see your child running towards me." Since we were talking in Hindi, so this was the best translation I could do. Oh, okay. So that's why she said like a normal Indian mom. I guess it's from India. Okay, that makes sense now. See, I was royally confused why they were talking about Indian moms to begin with. Now at this point, she was furious and gets up with red eyes and literally punches me so hard across my face that my specs fly off and crash upon the floor, breaking my lens to pieces. Oh, that makes sense now. The grammar is bad because of the translation. I didn't see any, I don't remember seeing a, hey, this is not my primary language, give me some leeway on the grammar. But now that makes sense. I'm sorry for giving you such a hard time on your grammar. At this point, I panicked and went to pick up my glasses as I was pretty much blind without it, and tears start coming to my eyes. My left side of my face was hurting like hell, and then when I touched it, it was bleeding. It was not cut, but rather a gash. Now at this point, I lost it and started crying. My mom and dad rushed towards me, and my mom picks me up. The store manager, who at that point has arrived at the scene, also approaches to help me. He saw her punching me and was trying his best to help me out by calling his employees to bring the first aid kit and a glass of water. Now, my dad is a really quiet guy and doesn't like to get involved with anything, but he was furious too, and confronts the woman. I couldn't pay any attention to what they were talking about as I was being escorted to the counter, but he sounded furious and pissed off. I've never seen my dad being so angry in public. He is backed by another man in his 40s who is watching the kid spinning and rushing around the store, too. He was also furious at the woman for hitting me so badly. Like, who the fuck hits a random teenager, dude? This woman is literally fucking nuts, man. Now, the woman who was acting all innocent and sad and was talking about how the kid got ADHD and it wasn't his fault for rushing around the store, and she hit me because she was stressed and scared and didn't know what to do. Of course you didn't know what to do. That's why you hit a fucking child, sure. The store security also arrived at the place, till then along with security footage, which was shown to the people on an iPad. This made all the people there infuriated at the woman for hitting me without any reason and started screaming at her while she was looking at the floor with shame and tearful eyes. One even called the police, but my dad stopped him and asked him to calm down. My dad doesn't like to get the police involved unnecessarily, as he finds the legal proceedings tiring and time-consuming. How many women hit your child and you have to deal with the police because of that? What? The security then picks the woman up and takes her to the ground floor while another employee called her husband on the store speakers. A female employee carries the child and tries to calm him. I didn't hear much after that, as the pain was numbing, but fortunately, I didn't need stitches. As it turns out, the woman's ring had cut through my cheek and hit one of my teeth. Ooh, which had come loose. My mom was pissed off and wanted to call the police, but my dad seemed to make her understand the futility of it. And the manager also convinced her that they will take appropriate actions to punish the woman without getting police involved. The woman was fined $2,800 for the losses and troubles she caused, and was banned from the store in front of every customer in the store. Who bans you from the store in front of every customer in the store? That's not feasible. You just ban the bitch. No one fucking cares. You don't make a public statement like, look at this woman, we shall shame her. No one fucking does that. They also took us to the hospital to get my wounds checked and gave us around $250 check for our troubles and our support in this case. This incident was enough to not go to any furniture store again soon. My mom and dad were feeling guilty. They took me out with them and were trying to make it up by taking me to a restaurant, and were trying to avoid the topic of the incident till this day, and are acting good enough to make me cringe. Hopefully this stupid mom paid for your broken glasses too. Well, they got that check, and I'm assuming that helped cover her expenses. The majority of the check probably went to recovering the glass and broken merchandise. The store fined her $2,800, and you only got $250 for broken glasses, a cut, and a broken tooth. Like I said, the majority of that probably went towards the glass and merchandise. I think they got paid more than that. The store probably paid for all of their medical expenses and stuff. I'm not sure if they're referring about the girl. She said she only got $275, but they could have paid for her medical expenses. I'm not sure. That's the way I understand it too. The store had damaged merchandise to cover exactly, and they also paid for the medical expenses for the OP. I'm glad the OP was okay. It was actually one of the only realistic stories I've read in the sub. This story is definitely not that outlandish. I can definitely say it sounds like a realistic story. It's nothing crazy. Some of it seems a little exaggerated, like the store banning her in front of everyone in the store. Like, who does that? Maybe they announced it over like the teleprompt. Hey everyone, we've banned this bitch. Have a nice day. I don't know. That just seems a little unreasonable. From what I can read and tell, this is India, totally not confirmed by him 2 times in the story. That $250 may not be a lot by American standards and costs, but in India that's a huge amount, and it could have easily paid for the doctor's fee and the glasses and most of the medicines as well. Also, the part about the police and legal proceedings is also sadly right. Okay. So, getting police involved in India sounds like a pain in the ass. Well, that's all for today's Reddit. We'll see you again next time. Bye.